At this point, I forget what entry we're on in terms of fresh impression music artist gambles. It's been a good number, and yet I've had a satisfactory journey of each artist and each song I've brought on, I've liked. Mesmerized is no different, right? That's been the general path of not only European artists, especially on the first gamble background, though typically many groups that fit that mold usually come through comment recommendation. I have a great audience in terms of very much self-diving my way into a self-explored journey of European metal, but I've had many assist me along the way of different types of origin points of you should listen to that name or that name, and many have followed that route. Mesmerized? Not. Though the connected thread that brought me in through a collaboration with Amaranth's former Unclean vocalist GG6, being knowledgeable, that for Amaranth, Amaranth though I knew in advance. So there's a couple groups that I was saying that I knew going in, right? Departures from the typical of they come through my comments and then I discover them later, right? I catalog them for some later appearance of whenever that'll be. That's what brought me in with Mesmerized, though not by name. But all the same, they've been a great group to humor. Every artist I've loved showcasing, every track. Mesmerized, no different. Free entries in. I think it's a real special trajectory with this establishing name. And I would imagine many of you approach on a fresh name basis with their work. They are very much in an early days footing within the Hungarian metal world, which I've not listened to at all. They are the first ever Hungarian-based group to approach this channel. I love Europe. There's always something special and distinct about every particular artist, and Mesmerized is no different. I would recommend you experience the pieces we've heard in advance if you are very much of an initiate standing, of where I kind of am still, though I would say at this point I'm 3 pieces learned in understanding their work, though I'm sure there are probably some of you who approach being familiarized with this name in advance of me, and of course I welcome your company alongside other initiate listeners. It is my hope that there is a divergence in the audience, but that we're all here to enjoy good work together, right? In the music scene, I think it does enrich the process of musical consumption, if we want to call it that, to provide collaborative roots, and perhaps paths of enjoyment to new artist discoveries for all of you, of what's been a journey for me commonly of many European talents, and Mesmerized being of such one standing. I'm still kind of in that time frame of initiation, certainly with all of you in terms of fresh experience encounters of the 6 tracks we're going to humor from the collection of Electrolyze, a 12 album number I just paid out a good helping, but I'm enjoying the ride every step of the way. I think you will too if this is a first introduction for you. So, we are going to go down the route of Shutdown. I like the name. I'm expecting a bit of a dramatic delivery. That's been the case of all 3 of the past numbers. And we're going to see if there's a bit of an evolution, perhaps. Or so I'm going to listen to the album in full for myself. But maybe from the selection, I've already seen perhaps some variance in voice, but the general commonality I've heard from a good sampling of numbers now is an aggressive expression. Maybe Shutdown, that name kind of evokes it for me. Let's see if it goes that direction. We're going to take that experience together mutually. First impression, here we go. Broadening out, though, with Mesmerized, I've really liked the journey with their work thus far. Ooh, good, dance rock number energy. Great pace. And those synths are beautiful. Defined well. Repressed voice, and we'll see what changes. Yes. Great entry in the chorus down that whisper effect. It's a nice trade. It's a really smooth chorus. Reflecting or referring back to the original opener, good choice on the instrumental. This is a really nice verse. With an evolution though on the riff. good in parallel between the placement of the vocals and the synths. They complement one another well. Oh, it's beautiful delivery too. I forget if the first intersection on that transition is the same. It felt emboldened to me. Either way, the longer we go into the piece, it gets further enriched. Beautiful development. Retreating back into the opener again, especially on the momentum growth. Not bad choice on the vocals. I'm really liking this. This is incredibly charming.
This is bad.
Different. I like it. Personal. That's a nice touch on that ending. That's what I've heard other places. Especially with a dance number like that, or at least what comes across to me on rock pacing. Effective opener. Use the electronic transition into the rock mood later. It's a great fit, and the vocals are a nice pair. The higher inflection raises, I think, again, like I said, there was some differentiation in the second utterance. I might have that wrong. Let me confirm quickly, because it felt different to me. Maybe not. Maybe it takes on a different appearance because of the ferocity of the song. The longer it lingers, the more you notice it. So there's a superficial change, at least in your recollection. It's not a bad number, though, on flow. It's got a really good mood to it. Great vocal tracking, fitting balance as well between rhythm and syncopation of the lyrics. Even flow to it. Ferocious, again, another aggressive number. I like the key. It's got a close fit, though, as a piece. I really like it. Nice touch. And it does feel... I like how personal the video is. It comes across very much like it's within the... I'd qualify it as like an independent indie space. It's kind of what comes across, especially on the cinematography quality. It works, though. It adds this nice touch of an emerging talent, but one that I do think has a record going forward. This isn't bad at all. It's an effective basis to sit, and I feel that the command on the electronics specifically is really impressive. I haven't always noticed that precision. No, sometimes yes, but there's been variance there. Shutdown is really promising, and we've witnessed now on 3 occasions in preparation to this a prowess of any electronic application and something fitting to other types of metal complements, but differentiated on specific employments. What I'm noticing here with this group is really interesting, and I'd certainly say the same if I were enjoying this in isolation, but to enjoy it with you, even better, especially if we're humoring different paths of entry. Fresh initiates or longtime listeners, I welcome both, and I'd love to hear which angle you consider Shutdown from in that respect, and what you think of the song generally. It's another good fourth entry. Again, a satisfying consistency flowing right now on a particular voice within the metal sphere, more aggressive, less subtle, right? But even within artists that go on a more electronic route and faster paced, heavier numbers, again, I can't help but think of an Amaranth as a bit of a compliment on style. There's a broadened window. Maybe some of these pieces will offer a bit of a softer feel to them. I don't know. Again, we're only considering half the album together. But what I'm really noticing with you is a strong development on aggressive, pronounced voice and aggressive metal. That they have a real dominance and a sweet spot there. And even if some songs, when you consider them, there are overlapping traits because of that aggressive route, you see the points of differentiation from piece to piece. The repressed vocals here meshed again with the pacing and the real dance-type pop mood was an interesting choice, and it works. I love the build-up, but again, the mixtures here, and there's a perfect balance with the number. It feels incredibly even. Well-defined number, good choices, perspective strength going forward. Again, I've said this group is an evolution, right? And we're going to experience 2 more pieces and perhaps witness that again in a grander supply with, I believe, next is track number 8, Hybrid. And I'm sure it'll be as good as these last couple numbers have been, because my journey of Mesmerized is following the path of many other establishing artists, especially on first discoveries. It's something special. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.